Good morning, dear students. So when we did in the class about the single phase AC circuits, we have studied that how the circuit behaves with pure resistor, pure inductor and pure capacitor in AC circuits. Also we have seen when resistor and inductor are connected in series, that is RL circuit across a AC source, how the circuit behaves. And when resistor and capacitor is connected across the AC voltage source, how the circuit behaves. And also when all the three, that is resistor, inductor and capacitor, when it is connected in series, how the circuit behaves. So let us now continue. So before we could continue, just let me recall about each component, how it behaves when it is connected across a AC voltage source. Okay, so coming to resistor. So when resistor is connected across the AC voltage source, say V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and let I be the current flowing through the resistor. So since we have that voltage across the resistor is given by I into R, and the current is nothing but V by R. So if we write in the form of the waveform, we can just write it in this form, that is both voltage and current are in phase. So in terms of phasor diagram or the vector diagram, we can represent as V and I on the same horizontal plane. So what is the phase difference between V and I? It is 0. So hence that is why the power factor is nothing but the angle between the voltage and the current. So here angle between these two, it is 0. So cos 0 is 1. That is why in a pure resistive circuit the power factor is unity. And to tell about the power in any AC circuit is given by VI cos phi, right? So when that phi value or the angle between those two, it is 0, then we get the power as equal to V into I for a purely resistive circuit. So next coming to the inductor. So when inductor is connected across a AC voltage source, so in order to relate the source voltage and the current flowing through the inductor, let us first find out what is the voltage across the inductor. So which is given by minus L di by dt. So we get that the expression for current as I is equal to Im sin omega t minus pi by 2. So what we observe here is, so when we have a voltage wave over here, so after the time period of pi by 2, the current wave has started. So current is lagging the voltage by an angle of 90 degrees. And voltage is leading the current by an angle of 90 degrees. So that is why when we have a component inductive reactance over here, okay, that is XL what we call, it is nothing but Vm by Im. So XL is called as inductive reactance and it is also given by omega into L. So in AC circuits, we represent inductive reactance with a operator J, that is plus J XL, because why it is plus J means voltage is leading the current by an angle of 90 degrees. So J operator here we take it as 90 degrees. So since it is leading, that is voltage is leading and current is lagging, so we take in terms of voltage as plus J. So if you come for the power over here, since power is VI cos phi, so the angle between the voltage and current in a purely inductive circuit is 0, right? So VI cos 0 is nothing but, sorry, the voltage, I mean angle between the voltage and current is 90 degrees. So VI cos 90 is nothing but, cos 90 is 0. So we get the average power in a purely inductive circuit is 0. So what about the power factor over here? It is 0 power factor. That is for a purely inductive circuit. Next coming to purely capacitive circuit. So here we have, we get the, when we find the current in a purely capacitive circuit, we see that it is given by Im sin omega plus t pi by 2. That is, the current is leading the voltage by an angle of 90 degrees, or voltage is lagging the current by an angle of 90 degrees. So that is why this capacitive reactance we accompany with minus J. Capacitive reactance is defined as Xc. Okay, so we represent here it as minus jXc because the voltage is lagging the current by an angle of 90 degrees. There in inductor it leads, so it is plus J. Okay, so again coming to the power also it is 0 because the angle between V and I is 90 degrees, so cos 90 is 0, and the power factor is also 0 because cos 90 is 0. Now if we come to the comparison table over here, we observe that in a purely resistive circuit, current is given by V by R. Okay, and there is no any frequency component, that is why it is independent. Again, coming to the power, it is V into I, or V square by R, or I square into R, and the phase difference between V and I is 0. Okay, and the power factor is unity, and the term of reactance is R. So if we come across the inductance, the current is V by XL. Okay, then it is V divided by omega L. And then frequency term, if you take, it is again the frequency term is direct because XL is equal to 2 pi F into L. So we have directly proportional to frequency. And then power is, average power is 0. And the phase difference between V and I is 90 degree, which is lagging. And the reactance is inductive reactance with plus J. Similarly, in capacitance, the current is V into omega C or V XL XC. Okay. Again, omega is 2 pi FC. If you take the frequency component, XC is nothing but 1 by omega C. That is 1 divided by 2 pi FC. So the inductive, that is the capacitive reactance, is inversely proportional to the frequency. And the average power is 0. And the phase difference between V and I is again 90 degrees, but it is leading. Okay, and the operator here it is minus J XC. Okay, so with this we just understand the passive components of R, L and C. So in the next class, let us start with a parallel RLC circuit. This is just a prerequisite that we have seen in this video. Okay, meet you in the next video. Thank you.